Hey that fools, Big T here, and I'm back with another video. And you guys may or may have seen my Xbox Series X unboxing recently. Well, here are my impressions of the console itself. They're kind of, pretty much breaking it down to the feel of the console and what I expected, features and all that. It's what I expected. I'm not overly blown away by it, and I'm not underwhelmed by it. Now I will say I haven't been able to access everything the console has to offer because I currently don't have a 4K TV. I have my 2K monitor back here, and so I still get that nice visual bump. And remember, I'm coming from the original VCR Xbox One, so my upgrade is pretty significant. Now I've thrown everything I could at it. I've thrown Xbox original games at it, OG Xbox. I've thrown 360 games at it, and of course Xbox One games at it. And as advertised, the games look beautiful, especially like the older games, original Xbox. They just look fantastic on this console, and I was expecting that because I got a little taste of it. Because some games did get enhanced, even on the VCR Xbox One. Some of those games did get advanced, some of the older games, but I don't think any of the 360 games got advancements visually or frame rate wise. And you can see right away the improvements. Looks fantastic. But for me as a retro gamer, I was very excited about what I'm going to be getting in those original Xbox games, and it is just phenomenal. Frame rates from 60 to 120, visual upgrades, 16:9 sometimes, but just similar aspect ratio, but the textures and everything just looks nicer, it just runs nicer, and it's gorgeous. 360 games as well, they run much better. I've noticed differences in my 360 games as far as the frame rate goes. Nothing too crazy. Again, I'm not a guy who really particularly really looks at that kind of stuff, but definitely some nice improvements. And there's a lot of games that came out specifically for the Xbox One X that had advancements as far as 4K and whatnot, textures and all that. The Series X obviously does that handily, easily, because it's a much more powerful console, and it also bumps frame rates, which is it's phenomenal. It is really what I was expecting. I won't say I'm blown away by anything, but definitely a lot better. And even in 2K, because that's what I've been playing all the games in on my monitor so far, you can see like the drastic visual difference. It looks super clean, and the controller here as well I really like. It's very similar to the Xbox One controller. There's some noticeable differences in the grooves and whatnot. It feels better. It's got a matte finish where the Xbox One controller was a little bit more glossy. I like the D-pad better on here. I didn't think I would because it looked weird to me, but it really does feel good. And your hand slides across it really nicely, and you hit the the specific left, right, up, down points. I've noticed the triggers with the I forget what they call it. The just rumble in the triggers is really nice. I actually got a couple of battery packs for my original Xbox One controller. But I didn't think they would fit in this, but they do. The only thing is the back cover doesn't fit on, so I have this open kind of cover, which is fine. This is cool. I can rock with this. And the features are nice. Being able to just like go back exactly where you were in a game. I wasn't sure about the what do they call it? The suspend. You can suspend a few games, like 5 or more, something like that. And it jumps you right back. You take the disc out, put it in, goes right back, and it's really pretty quick. That surprised me, the speed of it. I continue, like I said before, I like the minimalist console look, the kind of Xbox monolith console look looks good to me. I don't have any major complaints other than the fact that there aren't any big Xbox One specific games or games that came out specifically on the Series X. We don't really have any of those yet. I mean, and maybe one or two. That, you know, I think the Medium is one, but I haven't gotten that yet. I'll get around to that. But it is doing what I expected it to do, which is great. Deliver the legacy content was a big thing for me because I have tons of original Xbox and 360 games that I can bring over. Not everything. That's what I hope to continue to update the games for that list for backwards compatibility, because some games that I was really kind of shocked weren't playable, weren't. So hopefully they continue to expand that library. To me, that's just one of the best things about the Xbox line right now, is that you can go back and play some fantastic original and 360 games on it. That was a huge selling point for me. Having been somebody who bought the PS3 day one, and one of the major selling points to that was that I can bring over my PS1, PS2 games to it. Now, it didn't have anything really major that I cared about at launch, but it had that feature and the Blu-ray capabilities that made me say, okay, I'll buy one. It makes sense for me who has all these games. And the same thing was for the Series X. That's why I bought it. And being able to play 4K Blu-ray movies, this is the first time I'll be able to do that. I never had only had the one Xbox One. I didn't have the S or anything like that played 4K Blu-ray. So this will be the first time I'll be able to do that. So that's also a plus. So I'm pretty happy with it. It's doing what I would like it to do, what I expected it to do. I love the legacy content. Some pretty cool features. Like I said, overall the menu and whatnot look very similar to my Xbox One menu. Not much difference there. Still a little convoluted as far as the setup of it, but I'm getting more and more used to it. It's not as bothersome as it has been, but I'm pretty happy with it. The system is very solid. Runs very quiet. I haven't really heard it at all, to tell you the truth. I was surprised by that. There was this talk a couple months back about the heat coming out of the top. I've tested it a few times with my hands, multiple times actually, and I haven't noticed anything crazy, no crazy amount of heat coming off it, because I was kind of worried about putting things over it, that the heat would go up and it might affect them in some kind of way. But no real issues there. I think it's a really solid console. Now we just got to bring on those exclusive titles to really make this thing sing. And once those start rolling out, it's gonna be tough for competition to keep up and do what Microsoft is trying to do. Let's see if they get there. But the Xbox Series X is a step in that direction, and a step in the right direction as far as I'm concerned, and I'm looking forward to what's coming. So yeah, that's my take on it. Overall, if you want to give it a score, I give the console a B-. Only thing that's stopping it from being an A+ is exclusive content, exclusive games for it. But everything else about it is solid. It is a very solid console, and I'm pretty happy to have it. So, yep, that's my take on it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you have an Xbox Series X? Do you plan on getting one? Or PS5, whatever. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you again for watching and listening, and I'll see you folks next time. Peace out.